All right, confirm that you can see me and hear me.
Yes, we can.
Great. Whew, it is another year for Toastmasters, for Pecten Toastmasters. And this happens to be our first official meeting in the year 2025. I'm expecting to see people clapping, celebration emojis, and guys, we should be more excited than this about our first meeting. We had such a great year last year. Exactly. Thank you, Toastmaster Toby. Thank you, Toastmaster Lydia. Insikak, thank you. Oh, Ajie, I see that. Exactly. Thank you. So, oh, Toastmaster Olem she's speaking up. Yeah, I see that dance. Well done, well done. I'm super excited to be here today. We had an amazing time last year, and I can only expect much more. For me, it has to be much better this year than last year. The theme for this month is Epiphany. You know, Epiphany means different things to different people. But for me, it's just about some reflection, coming to the realization that I can be a bit much more than I was before. I think this theme resonates with me, not just as the president of this club, but as a person in general, coming to realization that you can be much more, you can do much more, reflection, and just understanding and having a light bulb moment that you are much more than your circumstance or whatever is going on around you. So as we get into this year, starting off with this meeting, I want us to be very hopeful. I want us to be very optimistic. I want us to expect much more, expect the best. And you need to put yourselves in situations or in the kind of mindset where you can attract much more. Always exude positive energy. Always make sure that you're in environments that support your growth and support. This is, that thing where they say, cut off, cut off, cut off. If you realize, no, I don't mean to sound cliche, but if you realize that things around you aren't really, aligning with that vibe that you have for this year, just slightly, maybe not cut off is a bit dramatic. Just do a moonwalk back from that situation. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of good things to say by the time we get done with this year. That being said, just wanted to set the mood and set the vibe for this year and for the meeting. I'd like to call on someone very important. Someone very, very important. And that person is a Toastmaster of the Year. She will go down in history as the first Toastmaster of the day of the year, 2025. We'll put her picture somewhere. She's the very beautiful, the one with the hair that I'm coveting so seriously. Don't just hope that you don't have that haircut at night, because I'm coming for you. Please, can I have a profile on the screen? Yes, look at how amazingly gorgeous she looks. Toastmaster Grace Amoka. She's a teacher and she's in the Gemstones, a member of the Gemstones Toastmasters Club. She loves journaling, beading, and graphic design. Her favorite quote is, "As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same." That is absolutely correct. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, please join me to make welcome the gorgeous, the beautiful Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Grace Amoka.
Thank you so much, Madam President. That was very, very warm welcome. I feel at home already. Thank you so much for having me in Pecten Toastmasters Club, your very first meeting. And I think I just had an epiphanic moment when you talked about cutting off my hair. Maybe I'll also start selling Nigerian hair. By the next meeting, I will announce to you all that I've started my natural hair company. I hope you all patronize me. It's such an honor to be here. I see we have a first timer. Welcome, Treasure KZ. It's such an honor to have you with us. And this is the absolutely best place that you can be today. If you notice the flyer for today's meeting and the theme, Epiphany, it said that to experience an epiphany is to realize that the answers you seek were never outside of you, but within the depths of your own being. And this spoke to me so much because many times we think every other person has the answer. I mean, in this age of social media, it feels like every other person has their lives figured out. Today, they are launching a podcast. Tomorrow, they are launching a book. The following day, they are happy to announce on LinkedIn. I are just like, what am I doing with my existence? This life is a hot pot of beans. But as we think about the theme and just continue to explore, we'll realize that most of the answers we're looking for are within us. An example that came to mind is when you think about a seed, it would be wrong of us to assume that a seed is all that it is. And let me explain. Within that seed, that tiny little that you can just sweep away with the broom, is a tree. And I dare say an entire forest, if the conditions are right. So deep within us, Toastmaster Linus, Toastmaster Edem, Toastmaster Toby, and every other person here is so much that is waiting to just burst forth. And I trust that as we go on in this meeting, we will find and experience epiphanic moments that we can look back on and remember that on the 21st day of January 2025, a day that started out very ordinary, a day when your boss or that your colleague just decided to piss you off, the day that started out seemingly ordinary would be a day that you will remember. And I hope this holds true for many of us here today. That being said, I'd like to just have us dive into the meat for today's meeting. I'm looking forward to a 7-course meal. And to take us into the very first course, I'd like to call the general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster John Onuminya. I'll be surprised if I got the pronunciation correctly. Toastmaster John loves to read, loves to dance, play volleyball, draw, watch movies, and meet new people. That's such a terrific combination. Over to you, our general evaluator for today.
Good afternoon, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. It is a delight to be at Pecten Toastmasters. I don't know if there's a better way to start the year at your first Toastmasters meeting than to be right here at this moment. If you want to improve any skill, and I do mean any skill you can imagine, 2 things you can do to accelerate your growth. First, track what you're doing. Second, get feedback on how to improve. At this meeting, my team and I will be tracking, and we have started tracking everything that started from the beginning of the meeting all the way through to the very end. And when we come back, we're going to give you feedback on what you did well and how you can improve certain things that were not done so well. Now it's my pleasure to introduce my team members. The first person I'm going to be introducing is the grammarian for today. Our grammarian for today is a young gentleman who is a data scientist and epidemiologist, a member of Pecten Toastmasters Club, who is on the path of dynamic leadership. His hobbies include watching and playing football, listening to music, watching tennis, as well as good movies. His favorite quote: "As long as we live, hope remains eternal," by Linus Ossai-Chidi. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a warm virtual round of applause, welcome our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Linus Ossai-Chidi. Toastmaster Linus, over to you, please.
Thank you very kindly, our general evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear.
Good evening. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes. Welcome, Toastmasters and guests, and it's wonderful to be here in your presence. It's wonderful to have our very first meeting of the year. We've been looking forward to this. We've been making all of the necessary arrangements and preparation, and we do hope that we will not disappoint. As the grammarian for today, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, my job is simple. I'm just to pay close attention to all of the speakers and listen carefully to what they have to say. and I will be noting the proper use of language or the improper use of language as the case may be. And I will also note outstanding quotes and will come back at the end of our meeting during the evaluation session to provide an update of how well we have done. That being said, I'm proud to announce to you the word of the day for today's meeting, which rhymes with the theme of the day as Epiphany. It is pronounced Epiphany, and it means a moment when you suddenly feel that you understand or suddenly become conscious of something important to you. Like our president rightly said earlier, the aha moment, the Eureka moment, you know? And examples of use of the word epiphany is every speech delivered ultimately leads to an epiphany. Other adjectives or adverbs that could be in the word family for this word is epiphanous and epiphanic. Another example of the use of the word of the day would be, I hope we all have epiphanic moments today. Synonyms include astonishment and, as I said earlier, the Eureka moment. So I'll hand over back to you, the general evaluator, while I listen and take notes. And thank you very kindly for the introduction. Okay.
Thank you so much, our grammarian, for today. Please, can we give him a virtual round of applause once again? I am certain that we'll all have at least one epiphanic moment before this meeting is over. Now to introduce my next team member, it's my pleasure to introduce a lady who is a microbiologist and data analyst. She's also a member of Pecten Toastmasters Club, currently on the path Presentation Mastery. Her hobbies include watching movies, traveling, and listening to music. Her favorite quote, "Be the change you want to see in the world," by Mahatma Gandhi. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, welcome our counter and listening evaluator for this meeting in person of Toastmaster Lydia Ekwedike. Over to you, Toastmaster Lydia.
Thank you so kindly, General Evaluator. Today, my role is quite simple, and Toastmasters and guests, get ready, because I come today not to judge your eloquence, but to meticulously count every and so, that dares escape your lips. But fear not, because I will also pay keen attention as your listening evaluator to find very spectacular phrases and quotes that are used in the course of every speech today. In the end, I'll be back to give a report and test how well each of us listened throughout the meeting. Thank you, and it's back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Can we give her a round of applause as well? Finally, over to someone who is going to take care of the most precious resource for us, time. Dear Toastmasters and guests, the timer is the last team member I have. And our timer for today is a graphic designer and data analyst who is a member of Seashell Toastmasters Club. Currently, he's on the pathway Presentation Mastery. He loves traveling, listening to music, driving, photography, and designing. His favorite quote, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn," by Benjamin Franklin. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, let's welcome our timer, Toastmaster Edem in Sikak. Over to you, Toastmaster Edem.
Thank you. Confirm you can hear me.
Can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that succinct introduction. It was William Penn, a renowned English philosopher and writer, that said, "Time is what we want most but what we use worst. This quote deliberately tells us how to manage our time. Sometimes we often struggle with time. I also struggle with time most times. This is a great reminder to be intentional about how we manage our time. I am delighted to serve as your timer for today's meeting. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topics speakers, the evaluations, and the formal speeches. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green at my background, the green, the yellow, and the red. For the table topics, speakers, which is slated for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. At 1 minute, I'll raise my green card, and at 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow, and at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red. Please, each speaker should pin my screen while speaking so that you won't miss out on the timing. And you have 30 seconds afterwards for a time of grace. For the prepared speeches, which is 5 to 7 minutes at length, at 5 minutes, I'll raise my green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. I'll be back at the end of this meeting to give my evaluations. And it's back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, our timer. Please can we give him a virtual round of applause? I don't know if you caught what he said, that he sometimes also struggles with managing time. And for some of us, you may be confused. How can the timer struggle with managing time? That is the beauty of Toastmasters. We're here to learn. If there's something you're bad at or you think you're bad at, practice to get better. Everyone playing a role here wants to improve, regardless of the level. You may be here or there. You want to get better. You have seen my team. At the end of the meeting, we're going to come back, give you your reports, which we believe will help accelerate your growth. Now let's enjoy the rest of the meeting. Please, with a resonating virtual round of applause, welcome the delectable Toastmaster back to our lectern. Toastmaster Grace, over to you.
Thank you very much, our general evaluator. A wise person said that epiphanies are a gift. They don't come often, but when they do, they light up your world. I got a light bulb moment when Toastmaster Akpan shared the analysis or reiterated the analysis of the seed. And he said, invariably, the forest is in the seed. And it just sparked something in me. I started to put down some things in the chat. I wrote that the companies are in me. The $1 million businesses are in me. Toastmasters World Championship is in me. And I could go on and on. As we continue in this meeting, I'd like you to write yours, your epiphanic statement. What is that thing that you've been looking forward to? You can put it down and say it is in me. With that, I'd like to move us quickly to the next segment, which is the table topic segment. And to take us in this segment, we have Toastmaster Doctor, an environmental sustainability consultant and writer. She loves to read romantic fiction, explore museums and markets, nature hiking, and eating free delicious food. Emphasis on free delicious food. Her favorite quote is, examine the labels you apply to yourself. Every label is a boundary or limit you will not let yourself cross. Toastmasters and guests, let's put our hands together as we make welcome Toastmaster Eseoghene Okereka for the table topic segment. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Awesome. Good morning, everyone. It's time for table topics. I would now like to ask that anyone who's interested should either raise their hand or they can just indicate via the chat box. We have 30 questions, but we're only taking 3. So you have to be really, really, really lucky. So I'd like anyone, we have 35 people on the call. So it's going to be a battle within those 35. Who wants to? These are, nobody's speaking. Abi is my eye paining me. Femi, thank you so much. Oh yeah. Yes, let's see. You have questions 1 to 30. Pick a number.
Question 4.
Question number 4. Awesome. Femi, would you rather have a friend who inspires your ambitions or one who supports you no matter what you do? Would you rather have a friend who inspires your ambitions or one who supports you no matter what you do? Over to you.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. I will rather have a friend who will inspire me than a friend who will support me, because most times I might be making a mistake. So if you support me while I'm making a mistake, instead of correcting me, I won't get better. Like I'm doing something wrong, like a bad habit, that you need someone that will correct you. So I prefer to have a friend who inspires me, who inspires my dream, who will be a good friend to me, who will be a good friend to me, than someone who will just support me blindly. Okay. You know, as a friend, having a good friend is someone who will support you, who will inspire you, who motivates you. That's what friendship is. Than someone who will just support you blindly on words might not be really beneficial to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Femi. I love, I'm getting an epiphany when I listen to this because it just makes me realize I prefer blind support and devotion. Support me with your full chest. So I hope a lot of us listening on this call, we get to decide or realize or even think, which do I want? I want people to support me blindly, but me, I will not support you blindly, just so you know. So it's a two-way street. Thank you for participating. I saw on the chat that Kezie Treasure chose number 9. Also, Kezie Treasure, if you are going to receive $10 million by 2035, would you rather receive it as monthly installments or would you rather receive it once? Think. If you knew you're going to get $10 million in total by 2035, would you rather it be divided across the next 10 years and you receive it every month? Or would you want that big once? Over to you.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I think I would prefer the monthly payments. Monthly payments will be better because that way I'll be able to strategize and plan with it. But if it comes in bulk, I have a feeling I won't spend it properly. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Treasure. I guess you're a guest because usually, thank you.
She's a
That's
first
good.
timer.
Sorry?
It's her first time at a meeting.
Oh, wow. And you participated, Treasure.
Yes.
In fact, I need to call my Babalawo or maybe God. We need you to get that money just for participating. I need to call my person of faith. Let me speak since it's Toastmasters and I'm politically correct. Okay. We have one more option. Who wants to go? Who wants to go? Thanks for participating, Treasure. We're very proud of you. Yeah. So, do we have any volunteer? I can't see any hands raised.
There's a volunteer, Chris, in the chat box.
Chris. Okay. Hi, Chris. Do you want to pick a number? I can't see. Chris, can you hear me?
1.
Okay, number 1. Okay, I can't hear him, or is it just to be sure we can all hear him.
No, he's not speaking. He typed it in the chat box.
Oh, okay. But Chris, do you want to speak? Because we want to be sure we'd be able to hear you participate.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So number one, oh, this is a fun question. Okay, what's one Nigerian dish that has made you realize that food can be an emotional experience? What's one Nigerian dish that has made you realize that food can be an emotional experience? And can you share it with us for you?
Good afternoon, distinguished Toastmasters. Good afternoon, Essay, and good afternoon, guests. My name is Christian, and for me, what is that one? As someone who loves food, same as yourself, one dish that particularly strikes for me or that brings out this emotional, that brings out the emotion is afang soup and fufu. As someone that is from southern part of Nigeria, to be precise, Akwa Ibom, and as someone that is actually my favorite food. I'm currently not in that part of the world, so anytime I get to, have a properly prepared afang soup, it brings all of this memory that this was what I had growing up, brings back this memory that, this was what my mom used to prepare for me. Brings back this memory that, yeah, we used to have like this round table where all of us were having this amazing dish. So that's it for me. And anytime I go through all of this, I get to remember that, yes, food is life, food is a lot. Food can do a lot, food can literally take you from a bad day to a better day. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much.
As a happy afang lover, I support you so much. Yes, thank you. Like, oh my God, now I want afang. Toastmaster Grace, do it for your girl. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you everyone who participated in our table topic session. I hope you got to have fun. Some people want to be inspired by their friends. Some people want blind devotion. Some people want to receive the money as they're getting it now. They don't want future 2035. Give me my money as it is now. Let me be getting it small. And some people say, if you know food would make you feel, connect with it, go and eat afang. So I hope that this table topics has been fun for you. I hope it has allowed you ponder and consider the kind of choices you make. And I'm excited to hand over back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Grace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Essie. That was indeed a fun session. I apologize on behalf of Chris for all those that are fasting. You are going to eat afang soup in your dream. So accept his sincere apologies. I'd like to hand over to the president to welcome our guest, Toastmaster Ekwuchi. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, PMOD. That really got me laughing when you said casually, it's how you casually said, oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna eat afang soup in your dream. Oh wow. I think I've identified a low-key savage in our midst. All right, that being said, would like to welcome the first time guests or guests that have come before and are coming here again. If you know me, you'll know that I particularly love guests. I love welcoming guests. I love seeing guests in our meetings. It just shows that we're growing. It shows that people love joining us. It's exciting for me. That being said, I'd love that every guest or first time on the call, please raises their hand virtually so that I can see you and call your name specially. I already know Treasure is a first timer. Welcome, Treasure. She not only is a first timer, but she took the challenge of taking a table topic. I've never seen that one before. Well done. I see Charles Ekpe, a guest. Thank you for joining us. Who else is a guest on the call? I'm looking at the participant list to see hands raised. Just two? Aline at this point should be a honorary guest. I think we need to Toastmaster Ole. What can we do about guest Aline? We need to pull her by the waist. We need to pull her by are the ways to join us. Thank you so much for consistently joining us. It shows that you enjoy being in our midst, and we love you for that. In the words of Toastmaster Olem. Who else is here?
Gerald.
Gerald. Welcome, Gerald. I see Paul, you're not a guest at this point. You're a Toastmaster already, registered Toastmaster at that. Do I see any more hands? No. So that's it for the guests on the call. Welcome. Thank you so much. You're the reason we keep doing this over and over again. We implore that you come. If you have an epiphany from this meeting, just have that moment where you're like, I really love these people. Maybe I should join them. Would love that you join us again and again and again. Our doors are open to you to keep coming back as much as you want to. I'll let you go back to enjoying the meeting. And it's back to you, our very beautiful Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Madam President. It's been super exciting. We promised you 7-course meal. What course are we on now? Please put it in the chat. Thank you. Someone said epiphanies are gifts. I beg your pardon. The greatest ideas do not come from searching, but from simply being open to the moment. And we're moving into the moment of listening to extraordinary speeches. And I'd like to invite our first speech evaluator to tell us the objectives for the first speaker. Our speech evaluator is a public relations officer and data analyst. She loves curating and capturing moments, and her favorite quote is, "Rise and rise again until lambs become lions." Toastmasters and guests, please put your hands together for Toastmaster me, Peter. Toastmaster Grace, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Can you confirm I can be heard? Thank you so much for the feedback. So thank you for the warmth in your introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests on this call. Good afternoon, Toastmaster Sona. So it is my pleasure to be wearing the hat of the evaluator in today's meeting. And what that simply means is I will be evaluating Toastmaster Sona's speech. I will be evaluating the speech along the strands of the speech purpose, which is for the member to learn or review basic method for writing a speech with a defined purpose and present a well-organized speech on any topic. So Toastmaster Sona, this would be my first time listening to you speak. I'm looking forward to an epiphanic speech delivery. The lectern is yours, own it, embrace it, and just ace it. At this point, I return the lectern back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Grace Amoka.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Grace Peter. Our first speaker for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sona, will be speaking from Presentation Mastery Path, Level 1, Project 2. What's on the other side? Toastmaster Sona. Toastmaster Sona, what's on the other side? Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Please confirm you can hear and see me. Okay, so I'll start my speech with a rhetorical question so you don't have to answer. Have you ever stood at the edge of something new? The kind of edge that fills your heart with questions and gets it racing. What's out there? Well, will I succeed or will I fail? I'll give you some time to think about this. Well, that's exactly where I stand today. I'm standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything. On one side, the comfort and safety of everything that I know. On the other side, the unknown, filled with both possibility and risk. Today, I want to take you on a journey as I face this edge and explore what lies on the other side of fear. Good evening again, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and join me on this ride. Fear has a voice, and for me, it whispers questions in the dead of the night, kind of like that annoying mosquito when you're sleeping. Like, can you really do this? Will you have enough time? What if you fail and lose everything you've built? These questions are loud. I'm sure the mosquitoes give you a good idea. They hold me back. They're the reason so many of us stand at the edge and cling to what feels safe and secure. But here's the truth. The longer I stand here, the more I realize that fear isn't just a barrier, but it's a mirror reflecting all the things I care about. And in this particular case, a creative spark that I feel like is slowly being tamed by routine. So let me share this epiphany with you. I've been driven by the desire to create something that is entirely my own, something that feels like art, something that not only helps people, but creates a lasting mark in their lives. I'm building a tech product as a side project, but I'm not just talking about a tech product. I'm talking about adding my own sentence to the definition of the world. I'm talking about sowing my own seed in the garden of people's lives. But dreams aren't built on hopes alone. It takes time, commitment, energy. And here's the catch. I'm not just building the tech product. I have a day job as well, and a relatively good one that's stable and keeps me busy. But I feel like it's holding back the creativity within me and keeping the ideas buried down that want to shine out through. When I reflect on my journey, I think back to my icebreaker speech. Yeah, the one at the Eiffel Tower. I think about all the things I talked about, how I have taken on challenges and tried to learn new things, and how everything I try builds on something that came before. I feel like everything is connecting and building a foundation for the future that I want for myself. Even my day job, well, the people I work with, all the tasks I take on, I'm learning things that are helping me, that will help me build the future that I want to see. So the question keeps coming. How will I manage both? What if I let people down? What if I let myself down? But here's what I've learned. Yeah, but here's what I've learned about fear. On the other side of it lies something really great: growth, development, and fulfillment. Now, even if I fail, I will come out on the other side with something even more important than success: the knowledge that I tried. The real risk isn't about taking the leap. It's about standing still. It's about letting the questions win and not taking that leap to know what could be on the other side. So what do I see on the other side? I see a chance to reignite my creativity. I see a chance to explore things that I have not yet explored. I see a better version of myself, a more fulfilled version, a version that is braver and bolder. I see a future worth pursuing, even if the path isn't all that guaranteed. And now I'm here, standing at the edge. The fear hasn't gone away, but neither has the pull to jump. And today I'm going to make the decision to take that leap and explore what's on the other side, even if the outcome isn't guaranteed. And I pose the question to you: what's on the other side for you? What's that thing that you've been trying to take a leap of faith on? I'm hoping that the next time fear whispers to you, don't, you'll respond back and say, what if? I hope this speech has been an epiphany moment for you, and it's back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Oh my goodness. I have goosebumps all over. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sona. That was epiphany on epiphany. Really fantastic. Even if I fail, I come out with something more valuable: the knowledge that I tried. My notes are filled up. I mean, this speech needs to go down in history. Congratulations. Toastmasters and
Thank
guests,
you.
kindly spend the next 1 minute to give your feedback to Toastmaster Sona. Let him know in the Toastmaster style what he did well, areas of improvement, and then, I mean, finish it up with the great topping. So you commend him, you recommend, and then commend again. Timer, please let me know when 1 minute is done. And let's just keep reflecting on all that he said. Transforming the what if questions that we see it in the heart of people. If you don't jump off that cliff, Toastmaster Sonia, please confirm to me that you have gotten some feedback and we can.
Yes, I have. Thank you
Okay.
very much. And thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Thank you. We'll be moving on now to the second speaker, but before then, would like to have the speech evaluator for the second speaker, who is a communications strategist, loves learning, researching, and eating. Favorite quote is, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. I think you all are tempting me to switch clubs from gemstones to this club because all of this greatness. Put your hands together for Toastmaster Tobiloba, the speech evaluator for the second speaker. Over to you.
Thank you very much, the TMOD, for that candid intro. Toastmaster Shakirah will be presenting Toastmaster Shakirah's speech. It will be to present a speech with purpose. She will be challenged to give a clear and well-defined purpose speech, well organized. I have heard Toastmaster Shakirah speak, and I am certain that she will deliver excellently. And it's back to you, the TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Toby. Our next speaker will be speaking from Presentation Mastery Pathway, Level 1, Project 2. Toastmaster Shakirah, start strong, finish strong. Start strong, finish strong. Toastmaster Shakirah, over to you.
Thank you so much, TMOD. Can everyone hear me? All right. Studies have shown that many people fail to stay committed to their New Year resolutions, objectives, and goals. According to a report by Dr. Michelle Zoen, a whopping 94% dropped the ball in the second month of the year, and only 6% are devoted to meeting their overall objectives for the year. Good afternoon or evening, Toastmasters and amazing guests. My name is Salahudeen Shakirah Omolara. A new year comes with a mix of feelings of hope, excitement, and reflection. It's a time where majority of us seek positive change in our lives by setting resolutions, goals, and objectives using past experiences as learning opportunities. Tell me, what are your aspirations? It's a new year. What are your aspirations for 2025? Do you have set goals and objectives for 2025? Have you set your New Year resolutions? How do you want 2025 to pan out? I believe if I throw this question out to everybody, majority of our answers will be yes, affirmative, yes. However, as I mentioned earlier, majority of us drop the ball at the early period of the year, failing to meet up and recycling older bits. That begs the question, but why do we really fail to stay committed to our objectives for the year? There are a lot of reasons. However, I'll only be speaking on 3 today. The first one is setting New Year resolutions because it's tradition. This is a big recipe for failure. Resolutions should be set at the time of change. It's supposed to address a gap, a personal concern, not because it's popular to do so. Oh, it's a new year, new me period. I have to change. Some people go as far as copying resolutions online and use it. What if it's not relevant to you? That is one of the demotivating factors of why people do not stay committed to their goals for the year. The second one is lack of accountability. Studies have shown that majority of people that stay connected, that stay committed to their goals, have set up their goals in such a way that they are accountable for them. And the last one is fear. Yes, fear. A lot of people are scared of change. Oh, they believe the dreams are so big to be attained. Thus, feeling stuck and demotivated at the earliest period. But do we really need to set New Year resolutions, goals, and objectives? Yes, I do. What are the benefits? Why should we really set objectives for the year? The first one is it improves lives generally. It provides direction and motivation and also sense of purpose. The second one is it keeps us focused, measure progress, and also increase our self-awareness. There are lots of benefits, but I'll only speak on these two. Then we need to help ourselves. How do we really stay committed to our goals so that we can have a great outing, to a great 2025 outing? How do we really stay connected to our goals? Before I get to the how, I need to start with these two quotes. The first one is by John Doerr, which says, "A goal properly set is halfway reached." It emphasizes the need to set clear goals. And the second one is by Tony Robbins, which says, "Setting goals is the first step of making invisible into visible." Then let's get to the how. How do we stay committed? It's pretty simple. I'm sure majority of us are aware of the SMART approach. It's an acronym. It's SMART. Our goals have to be specific. S. M, measurable. A, attainable. R, relevant to your purpose. T, time-bound. And also, we can also adopt the C's of goal settings, which are communicate, communication, be committed, be in control of your goals. Another important point is to have an accountability partner or be in a group with similar goals. Another good point is limit your goals. Don't do so many things at once. And also celebrate every win and milestone. Lastly, always remember to document your goals and wins. This really keeps you motivated. This is to spur us and encourage us to not just set goals, objectives, and resolutions for the year. Please endeavor to devote your time, be dedicated in meeting them. Whatever enthusiasm, dedication, and effort we put in at the beginning, we should not drop the ball. We should keep the same energy till the very end. If it is worth starting well, it is worth ending well. Do not go to your greatest goals and dreams do not go for your greatest dreams and goals because of a weak finish. Start strong, but finish stronger. Finish stronger. The life of your dreams depend on it. And I wish us all a great 2025. Thank you so much. And it's back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shakirah. Start strong, finish stronger. In the spirit of the new year, type in the chats in your dialects, Happy New Year, to the person seated beside you. Please put it in the chat. I hope to learn at least 5 different languages as I see them coming. While you're thinking of that, please give our speaker your feedback. So you commend her what she did well. Toastmaster Arlene, thank you for that. I can't even attempt pronouncing it, but Happy New Year to you too. Let's remember, you're not setting goals, you're not borrowing goals from other people just for the sake of it. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shakirah, for that fantastic speech. Excellent delivery indeed. All right. We'll be moving on to our final speaker who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Madam President, who is a biomedical scientist and data analyst. Loves making money. Oh my goodness, we should be friends. Traveling, spending time with family, and watching exciting shows. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're absolutely right. Toastmaster Ekwuchi, over to you, speech evaluator for the third speaker.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Yes, we should be friends. We'll make a lot of money together. Today, I have the honor of evaluating Toastmaster Ireju's speech. Toastmaster Ireju is a member that I have particularly enjoyed watching. Her growth and continuous enthusiasm for learning is something for the books. That's why it is my great pleasure. It's of great pleasure to me today to evaluate her speech. The goal of her speech, or the goal of what her task today, rather, would be to incorporate vocal variety and body language into her speech. Unintentional and intentional body movements, in her tone, her pitch, her volume, everything has to align. I'll be looking out for that today. She'll be giving a 5 to 7 minute speech. Toastmaster Ereju, I am excited to listen to you, and I am looking forward to you giving us an epiphanic speech today. And it's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Ekwuchi. Our final speaker for today for the prepared speeches segment will be speaking from the presentation mastery pathway. Does life begin at 40? Toastmaster Ireju. Toastmaster Ireju, does life begin at 40? Over to you.
Kindly confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. If life begins at 40, then I guess my previous 39 years have all been years of practice. And no one told me about it. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I would like to share a lesson each decade my years of experience has taught me as I begin life. My single-digit years were filled with wittiness and curiosity. In fact, I was even nicknamed Small Pepe by my primary school teachers. Can you imagine? At the age of 6, when I lost my younger brother to a medical condition, I was very sad. I questioned my parents constantly for over a year. In fact, even wrote letters to God, questioning him why my younger brother had to go, because he was my favorite playmate. I asked God to return my brother back to me. And did I get a response? Yes, I did. In form of a baby sister. God gave me a baby sister. I guess I can say curiosity and imagination are all parts of the childhood growth process. On to my teenage years, I had to deal with 2 academic settings, my secondary school and my university. And at the same time, I had to embrace the physical and physiological changes of my body. At age 13, in my secondary school, I so desperately wanted to join the cool girls clique of my school. But sadly, I wasn't allowed. My self-esteem levels dropped until I met a friend in one of my teachers who made me realize that, Ireju, you didn't have to be in the clique to be cool. And at age 16, I had to travel down to the bustling city of Lagos from the calm city of Kaduna for my university education. Ladies and gentlemen, after the first 3 months, I put a phone call across to my dad, and I told him I couldn't deal with the madness of Lagos again. But my strict dad told me I had to stay back, as I had no other option. But of course, I adjusted with time. Moving on, at 17 and 19, I had to deal with academic setbacks, where I was asked to repeat 2 academic sessions. I was so sad. But this taught me something very important. that failure is nothing but a finger post to success, and success doesn't come easy. Moving on to my 20s, I was filled with energy. I had dreams, and I was ready to conquer the world. But we all know life has a way of humbling you with challenges. I was able to finish my university education, got a new job. I relocated to the city of Port Harcourt. Somewhere in between, I was scammed of some good money, but I was able to travel and explore new cities. And as a young lady I am, I had my own fair share of heartbreaks. Like we say in our local parlance, I chopped enough breakfast. Lessons from my 20s, what did I learn? It helped me build my patience and resilience level. Ending my 20s and moving on to my 30s with so much enthusiasm. What happened to me? I was immediately hit with a major heartbreak. It was then, and only then, I realized the true value of having a support system in family and friends. In my 30s, I found love. I became a mother. I was able to finish my master's degree program that I had been procrastinating for so much time. I started a new hobby. I joined Toastmasters. I got on a new career path. And I was able to work on my mental health and become a better me. And most importantly, I learned to savor the journey called life, rather than run the rat race of life. What have I learned? I have learned to make memories when I can. I have learned to celebrate my little wins in life. And like one of the founding fathers of the United States of America, Benjamin Franklin once said, lost time, it's never found again. What are my lessons? My lessons in summary are, curiosity is part of growth. My self-confidence and self-esteem comes from within and not from others. Failure is nothing but a finger post to success. When life throws you a curveball, what do? You grab a bat and you swing at it. Learn to make memories and enjoy life. Try and chop life once in a while. Did my life begin at 40? I guess I can say my life didn't begin at 40. But as I step into my 40s, eager and anxious for the adventures and possibilities it holds for me, all I can say is my life didn't begin at 40, but it's an evolving process. Thank you, and it's back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ireju. Such a soulful speech. Indeed, how are we savoring this journey of life? A wise person said that discovery consists of seeing what everybody has seen and thinking what nobody has thought. That's what constitutes our epiphanic moments. And we've just had one of those moments through your speech. Indeed, life doesn't begin at 40. If not, I would have felt like I haven't even started living at all. Thank you so much for that lovely speech. Toastmasters and guests, let's take the next 1 minute to share our feedback with Toastmaster Ireju for that enthralling speech. Tell her what you thought she did well with the speech, areas of improvement, and then top it off with a great commendation again. How has this meeting been for you in one word? While we call the next role player for today. One word. One word in the chat. How has this epiphanic moment been for you? I'm not seeing anybody type. What's going on? Cool. Just cool. Epiphany. Thank you. Epiphanic. I love it. Love. Oh, great. Fantastic. All right. For the next interactive segment, It will be facilitated by none other person than our Vice President, Education, the one, the only. Drum rolls. The meeting has been like food for the soul. I totally agree with you, Toastmaster Akpan. Drum rolls as we welcome Toastmaster Olem for the next segment. Over to you, Toastmaster Olem.
Thank you so very kindly, Toastmaster Grace. I think I've mentioned this to you. Your smile is contagious. It's just contagious. Someone can look at you and not be smiling. There's something wrong with the person. Thank you so much for the warmth of your introduction. So we're going to segue straight into the interactive session. And for today's meeting, we're going to do something a bit different from what we're used to doing, which means we're not having any games or quizzes, anything like that today. Today, you're going to take the next 5 minutes to write a letter to your future self. Ah, you heard me right? Yes, you did. You're going to take some time to write a letter to your future self. And here's what you're going to do when you're doing this, right? You're going to think about where you're at. If you need a hug right now, it means you need to be giving yourself some motivation. So that when you read it in 6 months, in 3 months, 1 year from now, you're saying, this helped me. If you're going to write about your aspirations because it's the beginning of the year, it'd be nice to see if at the end of the year you met some of the objectives you set for yourself. For those of us who want to just enjoy ourselves, write to your future baby girl, baby boy life and self and tell yourself how you're buying a Lambo this year, right? Yes, I said it again. How you're buying a Lambo, getting a new house, going out more often, spending time with family, whatever it is that you want to say to yourself. The good thing about this is you get the opportunity to read this at a time you probably don't expect it. Like when my first letter dropped, I was reading, I was like, oh, this write up is so cool. And this is so warm. Like, how are you so kind to yourself? That's the kind of feeling you want to get. So I would say just go to www.futureme.org, right? Just type in your browser www.futureme.org, and it brings you to this very nice looking display that you can see on my screen. Confirm you can see my screen, first of all. That's not me assuming you can see it. Thank you, Toastmaster Edem. So go to www.futureme.org. Okay. If you're there, let me hear you say, I am there on mute. Oh, at least we hear
I
our
am
voices.
there.
Awesome stuff. Okay. I mean, you're there now. I would only give instructions when you're sending out your message. I'm going to give everybody like 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is even too much. I think we're behind time. 4 minutes to type something nice for yourself. So in this bucket where you have Dear Future Me, you could just type whatever you want to leave. And I could say, I have missed, this is me typing now. Hearing you sing. And you can type everything you want to type. You've got 4 minutes. We're going to send out at 5:26. It's 5:22 right now. And once you're done with that, I would explain to you the rest of what you're supposed to do. So we should be done in 5 minutes. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. If there's anyone who is struggling with this, please let me know so I could guide you on what to do. Let's see. We've got just 1 minute left. Just 1 minute left. Okay. Now, if you're done typing, all you need to do is go to the bottom. So if you're using your mobile phone, this is probably at the bottom. For those of us using laptops, you see here. You could select any of these durations here. So deliver in 6 months, deliver in 1 year, 3 years, or you could choose a date by just clicking on that, and you use the drop down to select exactly when you want to receive this. So I want to see this message, maybe tomorrow. So I'll put tomorrow's date. I would leave it at private. And then here's what you do. So the email you want it to deliver to, that's what you put here. Okay, I've put this one for myself. Please on select or deselect rather the option that isn't free. Pick the one that says send just this letter and it's free. Once you do that, you send, and you would get a message on your screen that says you should go to the email that you sent it to confirm your email address. You need to do that confirmation, but it's just a click. And once you've done that, you're good to go. Okay? Am I still being heard?
Loud and clear.
Yes, you are.
Great. Are we done?
Yes, we
Has
have.
anyone
Yes, we
done the
are.
confirmation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome stuff. So if you've done that, that's just it. And you wait for the date you set to receive your letter from yourself sometime in the future. That is it from me. And it's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Grace. Okay. I think she handed the button to me when she stepped out. She had to leave for something. All right. So that's it. And with that, we would segue to the last part of the meeting, which is the evaluation segment for today's meeting. And as usual, we'll be inviting the delectable Toastmaster John to anchor this segment. He's going to call his role players back to tell us how well we fared with different parts of the meeting. Toastmaster John, the lecture is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Olem. Please come and give her a virtual round of applause. It's always a privilege to learn from your creativity. All the way from the first decade of Toastmaster Small Pepper's life. You're still very creative. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to receiving my letter in 6 months. Now we are in the final portion of today's meeting, the evaluation portion. And first, we are starting with the evaluation for the prepared speeches. To other Toastmasters and guests, even though you're not the one being evaluated, you're going to get so much epiphany if you pay attention to the evaluation that is being done. So please do that and take great notes. Now it's my privilege to welcome to our screens the evaluator for the first speech, the immaculate Toastmaster Grace Peter. Please welcome her with a virtual round of applause.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Sona, please can I see you? Can you do me the honors of turning on your camera so I know I'm talking to you? I know the evaluation is not for you alone, but for everyone on this call. Toastmaster Sona, I need your go ahead, please.
Toastmaster Grace, I don't see him on the call. Maybe dropped off or something. I don't see him here.
General evaluator, do I go ahead or can you take?
He's on the call. I see
He's
him
on the call.
Okay, he's here now. He's back.
Hi, Toastmaster Sona, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear me.
Okay, because the feedback is for you and everyone else. So thank you for that speech delivery. Even if I fail, I come out with something more valuable than success. Toastmaster Sona, I want to say that you did not fail, but indeed you came out with something quite successful. You inspired your audience. You had one objective, which was to deliver a speech with purpose. And I want to tell you that you actually aced that. Your speech was littered with too many epiphanic moments for me that I lost count. A plethora of things stood out for me, but I will be evaluating your speech and based on what I heard, what I saw, and how I felt. I heard so many beautiful expressions, hook, and humor in your speech. For instance, when you said, have you ever been on the edge, having to make decisions? You also went ahead to say, fear has a voice, just like an anonymous mosquitoes. The questions are loud. I thought those words were quite profound. You had rhetorical questions in your speech, and what that did was to tug at our mind. So thank you for that. What I saw, Toastmaster Sona, you're such a beautiful storyteller. Your confidence was so palpable that I could literally touch it. You also incorporated the use of anecdotes in your speech, which was quite relatable because I mean everybody could relate with starting a new project and creating something new. For you, it was a tech project, so I guess that was quite good. The high point of this speech for me was how I felt. You left me, and permit me to speak for the audience, you left us motivated, inspired, persuaded, and entertained. When you said the real risk is about taking the leap, I was telling myself, what's the next decision I need to make? And your conclusion was so powerful when you said, I hope the next time fear whispers, don't. You would ask it, what next? What are the areas of recommendation? I would love you to play with the instrument of your voice to appeal to your audience. So sometimes you need to go soft, lower, and then when you need to make emphasis, you need to increase the tone of your pitch. Another area of recommendation, I felt there was a missed opportunity in the use of the expression of your body language. You stood up to deliver your speech, it was quite beautiful, but I felt like you were constrained. You didn't give us enough expression with your body. Lastly, your introduction. Go ahead and deliver your speech. Thank you very much. I would like to throw a rhetorical, you don't need to tell us all of that. Delve straight into your speech to leave a lasting impression. Other than that, I felt this speech was great at every level. So you stood out with the use of humor, beautiful expression, the use of your anecdotes, your powerful conclusion. Please try to incorporate the instrument of playing with your voice, the use of your stage, and your introduction. Toastmaster Sona, I see a seed of a great speaker in you, and it's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Grace. Please, can we give her a virtual round of applause for her evaluation? Now, moving right along to the second evaluator for today's meeting. Can we welcome the second evaluator in person of Toastmaster Tobiloba Akinmoluwa? Toastmaster Tobiloba, over to you.
Thank you very much, the general evaluator. Toastmaster Shakirah, are you on the call? Please indicate if you're
Yes, I'm on the call.
Okay, beautiful. Right. Start strong and finish stronger. This was indeed a fantastic speech, and it did meet the objective to deliver a speech with a clear and defined purpose. Yes. Did it meet the objective to be impactful to not only the speaker but to the audience? Yes, it also did. From the speech title to the message to the organized structure, I can boldly say that you excellently delivered. Given that this is only your second rodeo, I am moved and I am impressed. I felt like I was literally listening to a world-renowned public speaker with your nuggets. I love that you caught our attention by starting with stating facts and figure. You kept us wondering where we belonged. I personally was wondering, do I belong to the 94% who eventually fall through before the first quarter of the year, or to the 6% who finish stronger? I noticed that you try to drive your speech or your points home with a lot of quotes, which is great. But what I would recommend that you work on next time is to minimize the number of quotes you use so that your listeners can hold on to something or remember something that really stood out for them. When you go on and use too many quotes, you leave most times, or likely to leave your listeners confused as to what to hold on to or what to take home. Again, I love how I loved how you shared facts and figures, but as a standard in the Toastmasters community, it is recommended that you reference the quotes or the authors of the quotes or the authors or the source where you found your facts and your figures or your data. Toastmaster Shakirah, what you can challenge yourself on next time is when you're delivering a speech, it is advised that you stand. That way you you project more authority and you just take control and your listeners are more confident in you. Toastmaster Shakira, I wish there was a lot of time, but I particularly love how well structured your speech was. You went from giving us intro facts, you gave us reasons why people fall through. You also gave us call to actions, which you carefully packed in an acronym CCC: communicate, commit, and control. That's really particularly stood out for me. And when you were ending your speech, there were too many nuggets to hold on to. I was able to take note of some, and I know that many other people were able to, or struggling, probably struggling to, catch up and, take note of all the things you have shared. So next time when you're rounding up your speech, it's advisable to stick to one powerful quote, and your speakers will remember. Again, you excellently, or you excelled exceedingly well, and I'm very proud of you. And I know that you go on to do exploits, and as you go on in your journey, I'm very sure you continue to wow us. And I look forward to your next speech. It's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Toby. Please, can we give her a virtual round of applause? Sometimes when I go for events and they're giving all these takeaway, these souvenirs, it gets to an extent that I feel overwhelmed. I just feel, why should I have all these things to take back? Why the stress? I'm beginning to feel that at Pecten. Epiphany upon epiphany. I'm saying stop. But dear Toastmasters and guests, we're not going to stop. We're still moving on to the final speech evaluator. Please, with a virtual round of applause, once again, welcome the final speech evaluator in person of our lovely president, Toastmaster Ekwuchi James. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Thank you, the general evaluator. Without further ado, I'll just go straight ahead to evaluating Toastmaster Ireju's speech. Please confirm that you're here, Toastmaster Ireju. Yes, I can see you. Very beautiful indeed. Does life truly begin at 40? I don't know. And I loved how you started off with that very funny start line. Oh, if life begins at 40, what have I been doing all this while? I'm sure that's what you were trying to say. That was very, very interesting. I'll start by saying the things that I thought you did very well. The goal of this speech was for you to incorporate vocal variety and body language. I dare say that you successfully got the message and you fulfilled that purpose and that goal. Well done. I loved how your hands were moving. First, you stood to give your speech. When it comes to incorporating body language, that's the first hack. You need to stand so that everyone sees you up until the certain point and they can see your hands when you're moving them up about. So I love that you used your hands a lot when you were giving your speech. I'm going to just mention a few examples. You did so well with different examples. I'm going to mention a few examples where I noticed the use of vocal variety. When you said, can you imagine? You talked about your brother passing away and you questioned God, why? I love that you did that. I also love that your tone and your pitch became suddenly excited when you were talking about having your new baby sister. That was very good. As regards body language, when you said embrace, I saw that you put your hands to your body that way. That was also very, very good. What I thought you could have done better in terms of the use of vocal variety and body language, there was a part where you said your friend asked you, Ireju, or told you, Ireju, you don't have to be in a clique to be cool. You said that monotonously. You could have said it in a way that is call and response. So you speak like your friend. Ireju, you know you don't have to be in a clique to know that you are cool. And then I said, so it almost sounded like you were speaking to yourself, right? So I just feel like if you had come out of yourself to speak like your friend, we would have known that that was you mimicking what your friend had told you. Other than that, I think you did. I know you did so well. You got us all thinking. Toastmaster John cannot get over all of the things you said. You gave us some things to chew on. Epiphanic moments back to back to back. Girl, you did so well. Well done. And I'm looking forward to listening to you speak over and over and over again. As your president and as your speech evaluator, I say well done. And it's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much. Please can we give a virtual round of applause to our president? If for no other reason, so she increases your pay, please give her a virtual round of applause, but she did an excellent job. Now, moving right along, we are going from the prepared speeches evaluation and segueing to the table topics evaluation. For the table topics evaluation, it's my pleasure to introduce the table topics evaluator, who happens to be a marketer of medical devices. She is a member of Tutors and Trainers Toastmasters Club. For her hobbies, those include curating and capturing moments. I'm guessing this is one of those moments. Her favorite quote, "Knowledge is power" by Francis Bacon. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause that shakes the whole internet and maybe even disconnects some of us, welcome our table topics evaluator in person of the distinguished Toastmaster, Rashidat Saliu-Bello. Over to you.
Wow. Thank you, General Evaluator par excellence, Toastmaster John Onuminya. Thank you to Pecten for making me see you live. It's a privilege. It's getting to be a privilege, kind of. Ladies and gentlemen, so we were serenaded with 3 beautiful speeches, and were those Toastmasters or guests? We had Femi and we had Treasure, and then we had Chris. So I'm going to start
All
right
guests.
away. All guests, okay. Then I can boldly, clearly tell you that these guests should be picking up forms right after now, and they should become members. So we had Femi. You know, Femi did something really beautiful. The question was asked about whether he would like to be followed blindly by somebody who just wants to support his ambition, or he would prefer somebody who inspires him and motivates him. The first beautiful thing that Femi Vincent did was that he volunteered. Honestly, by the time you did that, you already won half of my heart, because that simply means you are somebody who really wants to take speaking very seriously. And you launched right into it by paraphrasing. You know what paraphrasing does? It gives you time to collect your thoughts together, and all seasoned speakers use that trick. And for me, yes. And one of the reasons I said you should immediately become a Toastmaster, because you're already acting like one. And then you took a stand. No, I don't want anybody to just follow me blindly, inspire me, and motivate me. But, well, I didn't see your video, so I couldn't tell whether you were speaking from your heart. Really, if you want me to believe that you actually believe what you're saying, then you want me to see you, you want me to feel. So I couldn't feel that. And all of the time you were speaking, and this is something that's supposed to be epiphanic, but yet you spoke all through in a flat tone. You want to consider cadence some other time? Think seriously about it. And then, how would it have sounded if you told us a personal story? Vincent, you know what personal stories do? They make us recall what you said, and they actually spur us on to get the meat of what you said. But on the whole, honestly, I would say that you gave that a very good shot. You won't get that more than that from me until you sign up. That's it. Thank you. Now, let's move to Treasure. Treasure, and then you spoke to some kind of treasure. It's about $10 million. And I said, wow, treasure talking about treasure? Was that planned? And you made something really seem very easy. You know, you have this soft tone, soft, beautiful, melodic velvet tone, and then you use that all through. It's easy to mesmerize anyone with that kind of, you know, beautiful stand and beautiful tone that you have. You told us why you'd rather have your $10 million spread over months. And you made use of the word plan and strategize. Hey, treasure, you have to note really that it's not every time that we all know the meaning of all of these words. Sometimes they're just buzzwords. People use them because everybody else uses them. So what's strategize? What's strategy? What's plan? Oh, you think because we all plan to move tomorrow? You see, it's not exactly the same as planning to spend your $10 million in 10 months. What does that do to you? But some of the times you might consider giving us specific examples of why, when you spread things over 10 months, perhaps you have something you want to do, and this is going to help you rather than taking it now and then blowing it off like the prodigal son did and all of that. Think about it. Think about it. And well, I was waiting for you to wrap up beautifully. You know, for us as Toastmasters, we have come to understand that all your speeches will usually have an intro and a body and a conclusion. And that conclusion is supposed to be a call to action for us. Explain to us why we need to take your stand so that we also can be sold on the believability of what you are talking to us. Just look at that so that it will be specific. But otherwise, honestly, you did really beautifully, and I must commend you. And that is the standard I would take as well. And now let's quickly move to Chris. Chris talking about afang soup, and I saw some people actually salivating. Hey, so, well, that's supposed to be like an emotional thing. Emotional, you're talking about food, and some people really like food. So I thought I would have wanted, again, you two, I don't even know what happened today. Nobody wanted us to see their faces when we were talking. I wanted to see you loving that dish. I wanted to see you telling me why, I mean, what on earth am I here for if I can't even eat afang with the kind of pasta that our baby girl who now, we all know who calls herself that, loves to eat, you know, so why can't I use afang to take that? So I didn't see that emotion. I was looking out for it and I couldn't get it. Perhaps if you were going to say something that emotional next time, please look out for how you can get us to be on your side, win us to your side. And then the conclusion I was looking for, I didn't get it. Don't forget that when we speak, you actually have some things you want to do. Do you want to instruct us? Do you want to inspire us? Do you want to motivate us? Do you want to educate us? Do you want us to take a specific action? I couldn't see all of that. Yes, you are wondering how we can do it in 2 minutes. Toastmasters do that, even in 1 minute. So you see why I say you should be ready to pick up your phone. VP, no, not VP, VPM, you have 3 waiting members. All of these Toastmasters, I already see them as Toastmasters. There are some skills waiting to be polished. I was actually seeing some epiphanic deliveries there. Thank you for having me. And that'll be all till you pick up your phones. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rashidat. Such poise and majestic courage. I was going to say when I grow up, I hope I'll be like you, but people say that when they have hope. So I'll just move right along to my tag team. Let Toastmasters and guests with a virtual round of applause. Let's welcome the Grammarian to take charge and deliver his report in person of Toastmaster Linus Ossai-Chidi. Toastmaster Linus, over to you, please.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear. Good evening.
Yes. Toastmasters and guests, my job as a grammarian of the day was to take note and listen carefully, of the improper language, and the use of the word of the day. The word of the day today is pronounced Epiphanic. I get the temptation because it's starting with the letter E for people to pronounce it as Epiphanic. Well, it's actually pronounced Epiphanic or Epiphany. So down to brass tacks. For the use of the word of the day, of course, as usual, which is not unexpected, our Toastmaster of the day, Grace Amoka, used the word of the day the most, weight about 7 times in the speeches and the presentations that she made. This was closely followed by our general evaluator, who used the word of the day 4 times. The following Toastmasters then used the word of the day once when they were making their speeches or presentation. These include Toastmaster Essay, Toastmaster Joy, Toastmaster Sona, Toastmaster Grace Peter, and from our table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Rashidat. For the improper grammatical uses, I caught 2 phrases from 2 different speakers. And starting with Toastmaster Oluwafemi Vincent, said, I will rather make a friend. The suggestion for a better grammatical use will be, I would rather make a friend, or I would rather have a friend, instead of I will rather have a friend. And then for Toastmaster essay, she used the phrase hand over back. We could improve by using the phrase hand back instead of hand over back. Now, for interesting quotes of the day, there were a lot of epiphanic quotes that came from the speeches and from the speakers. And starting with the Toastmaster of the day, she said, the greatest ideas do not come from searching, but from simply being in the moment. That was profound and epiphanic to me. Toastmaster Sona had lovely quotes, but one that stood out for me was, even if I fail, I come out with something more valuable, the knowledge that I tried. That was quite epiphanic for me. Toastmaster Shakirah with a wonderful quote saying, a goal properly set is halfway reached, which resounded in my mind. And another quote that stuck with me today was Toastmaster Ireju's quote saying, curiosity is part of growth. And with that, that will be the end of my evaluations, and I will hand over back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, our grammarian. Please can we give him a virtual round of applause? And I can see those putting their hands together. Thank you so much. Moving right along to my next team member in person of the R counter / listening evaluator. Please let's welcome to our screens with a virtual round of applause, Toastmaster Lydia Ekwedike. Toastmaster Lydia, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John. Toastmaster John, our general evaluator. And oh, she's not on the call, Toastmaster Grace, the Toastmaster of the day. This, you were right from the beginning. This is Epiphany on Epiphanic meeting. I had so many light bulb moments with all the speeches. Toastmaster Sona, Toastmaster Ireju, Toastmaster Shakirah, well done. That was nice speeches there. So over to my report. For accounting, yeah, I had that one over there. Yeah. For accounting, my job was so difficult, but I managed to squeeze in to fetch some accounting, the use of ahs and ums throughout the speech. First, by Toastmaster Shakirah, who repeated the word but twice. And then Toastmaster Tobiloba, who I'm sure wants to have my head. repeated the words I and you twice during her speech. So now we segue to the listening evaluation. Like Toastmaster Linus rightly said, there were so many quotes that stood out for me, and I didn't know which ones to pick, but I managed to pick 4 out of the entire piece. And I would test how well we listened throughout the speeches and the delivery with these 4. Who said,
Dun, 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 dun.
a wise man said that epiphanies are good, but they don't come often. When they do, they light up your world. Who said that?
Toastmaster Grace Amoka.
Oh my God, how can you be so on point? Well done. A round of applause for Toastmaster Olem. Great one. So, second, who said, I'm hoping that the next time fear whispers to you, don't, that you respond to it with a question, what if? Who said that?
Toastmaster Sona.
Truth. I love the chorus response there. Thank you so much. And a round of applause for yourselves. Great one. Now the third. Who said resolutions should be set at the time of change? Expecting a chorus answer as
Toastmaster
well.
Shakirah.
Who else? Is Toastmaster Shakirah. Thank you so much for that, Toastmaster Olem. And lastly, who said, I learned to savor the journey called life. I learned to savor the journey called life. This
Toastmaster
is a hard
Ireju.
one. Oh my God, that's very nice, Toastmaster Olem. Well done. Thank you for making this a fun session, and it's back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Please, can we give a virtual round of applause to Toastmaster Lydia? Toastmaster Lydia, we're sorry we made your accounting job so difficult. When you're in the presence of greatness, you have no option but to elevate your standard. And don't be scammed. Toastmaster Olem's last answer, she was just going based on sequence because you asked first speaker question, second speaker question, third speaker. She's scamming you. Please deduct that score from her. Toastmaster Olem, I saw your face. You are not sure, but you knew the sequence. Got you. Let's move right along, get Toastmasters and guests. Now I'm introducing my final team member. Can we give a virtual round of applause to the timer for today, whose job is highly important, in person of Toastmaster Edem in Sikak. Over to you, Toastmaster Edem.
Thank you, General Evaluator, TM John. Today, I'm going to deliver a detailed time on how we'll spend our time, and you can see my list back and front is full. So give me enough time to give you this. For the table topics session, okay, let me start with the general evaluator introduction and role player introduction took around 9 minutes, 50 seconds. The TMOD introduction, when she was introducing the table topic master, took 1 minute, 37 seconds. The table topics section took around 8 minutes, 6 seconds. Toastmaster Femi spoke for 1 minute, 27 seconds. Toastmaster Treasure spoke for 38 seconds. Toastmaster Christian spoke for 1 minute and 30 seconds. During the welcoming of guests, Madam President took 2 minutes and 6 seconds doing that. Toastmaster of the Day introducing the first speech evaluator took 54 seconds. Toastmaster Grace Peter introducing our role spoke for 56 seconds. During the prepared speech, we took a total of 29 minutes and 7 seconds. The first speaker, TM Sona, spoke for 5 minutes and 12 seconds. TMOD introducing the second speech evaluator spoke for 39 seconds. TM Tobiloba spoke for 38 seconds. And the second speaker, TM Shakirah, spoke for 6 minutes and 40 seconds. TMOD introducing the third speaker, evaluator, spoke for 31 seconds. TM Joy, Madam President, spoke for 1 minute and 12 seconds. And the prepared speaker, TM Ireju, spoke for 6 minutes and 8 seconds. During the interactive section, TM Olem spoke for 7 minutes. The prepared speech evaluation section, TM Grace Peter spoke for 3 minutes 47 seconds. TM Tobiloba spoke for 3 minutes 40 seconds. TM Joy spoke for 3 minutes 12 seconds, totaling 13 minutes and 3 seconds. The table topics evaluation, TM Rashidat spoke for 7 minutes and 31 seconds. During the tag team evaluations, or reports rather, the Grammarian TM Linus spoke for 3 minutes 17 seconds. The accountant spoke for TM Lydia spoke for 4 minutes and 8 seconds. And the timer, myself, I've spoken for 3 minutes and 51 seconds. And it's back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, can we give the timer a virtual round of applause? Now I'll be delivering the general evaluation report. I would like to commend Pecten. First, we got the agenda early enough so the role players, including the speakers, could know the structure of today's meeting. When I joined in almost 30 minutes to the start of the meeting, people were already in the room. The Sergeant-at-Arms / VPE then engaged us with music. We had this welcome slide on the screen. That is something that should be repeated because I felt like, wow, this is nice. And the music was so relaxing. I was just preparing myself for the meeting. I didn't know there'll be so much epiphany, but I got more than I prepared myself for. Role players joined early, which is very commendable. Please, when you're playing roles, ensure you join early. By 4:15, the meeting started and we had 17 people in the room. 17 people in the room. I don't know how to give you enough accolades for that. This is how we should start every single meeting. We started with the Toastmasters promise, a way of reminding ourselves why we are here. Because some of us, we forget, we don't attend club meetings, we don't give speeches. We need to constantly remind ourselves about the Toastmasters promise. And I love the fact that we had housekeeping rules. We have some guests here who may not know what is acceptable in this meeting. When they hear the housekeeping rules, it makes them relax and they say, okay, this is permitted, this is not permitted. Well done, Sergeant-at-Arms. A few things I observed that I think will probably need to be amended to improve the quality of the meeting. When our president was introduced, she requested for a few moments so she can set her background. I think that could have been done much earlier, which is why we try and join before the meeting commences. The timing for the meeting was not done from the very start of the meeting. I know a number of us wait until the timer is introduced. Please note, those that speak before the timer come up, they use time. Many of them are looking out for the timing cards. When they don't see it, their assumption is that they have time, they can keep speaking. And we actually went overboard with the introductory part of the meeting. My guess is because they didn't see the cards. Please, let's rectify that. For the table topics portion of the meeting, I noticed that we asked for volunteers. I would advise that if we're in the virtual space, like we did for this meeting, you can chat people up privately and ask if they are willing to participate before that section, because sometimes asking for volunteers can take a long time. Now, this is Pecten. Maybe it's different here because people volunteered so quickly. I don't know if that's standard here, but that's okay. Just to be on the safe side, you can chat people up, maybe get one or two, and once they are speaking, you can chat other volunteers. That's acceptable. I also recommend for table topics, perhaps start with a Toastmaster just to show the guests how it ought to be done. Some may not know this is the process. I need to speak for a minimum of 1 minute. That example. Now, our guests today were spectacular. I'm not sure where you got them from, but usually they may not know what exactly to do. The final recommendation I have, if you're playing the role of grammarian, I recommend in a virtual meeting, possibly periodically just putting the word of the day in the chat box, because people join later and they may not have seen it and others forget. Some of us have never heard that word Epiphany. So it enters this ear, goes out this other ear. But once I see it, I think about how to use it. Some other things I loved. I loved what the timer did when he only gave us timing for prepared speeches of 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you. Tell us the timing for what is on the agenda, not other things. Well done, timer. I love the over-preparation of the table topics master. Who is she? 30 questions for what? How many hours are we going to be here? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I need to learn from you, but I'm scared. Part of me wants to run away. But from the speeches I heard, I should actually go there and learn. Okay, I will learn. Well done. All the volunteers for table topics, please, can we appreciate them? Give them a virtual round of applause. All guests, one a first timer, well done. You're very brave, and this is what we should espouse here in Toastmasters. Madam President, I love how you welcome guests. It makes them feel like they're part of the meeting. I love Toastmaster Olem's creativity. I'm not sure why I'm still surprised, but I am. That letter that we wrote, it's so impactful. Many of us may not know the impact that has until we receive the letter, but I love it. I'm going to steal it and hopefully use it in my own club as well. The evaluations were rich. The prepared speeches were buoyant with content that we can take and keep learning for months on end. Thank you for taking out the time to prepare. And the table topics evaluation as well as prepared speech evaluation, oh, I don't know what to say about them. How do I become like these people? Finally, this meeting was thoroughly engaging. Let's forget that more than half of the people in this room had their videos off, but Pecten has something that they do where they fully engage the chat box, and it makes you feel like people are here. If you're not typing, you're reading. If you're reading, you want to type. I felt like I was part of a massive family, even more than the 35 or so that we had at our peak. If you're a guest and you're a member that has not been active, the only way to improve is actually to take action. So I highly encourage you to start taking action today. Don't run away from the fear. Face the fear and get better. It's been a delight serving as a general evaluator. Please welcome back, I guess, stepping in the shoes of the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Olem, over to you.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster John. And it's been a delight listening to you all through. Like I was telling Toastmaster Grace earlier on, I have Toastmaster favorites for different reasons. And I think yours is your smile as well. I don't know how you guys do it. You just sustain that smile the entire time you're speaking. And it's very contagious. No one looks at you and stays just there. Thank you so much for handling the affairs of evaluations today. And thank you for the feedback. All duly noted for continuous improvement. I mean, that's why we're here indeed. So thank you so much for the gift. Without further ado, Toastmaster Grace Amoka says thank you for engaging in today's meeting. She had to step down for other reasons, so she said thanks, and we were glad to have her here for the first time as well as a role player at the club. Toastmaster Ekwuchi, my job for this meeting is done, so I am handing back to you as president for your remarks and announcement. Thank you.
Well done. You've done so much. You've outdone yourself, for lack of a better expression. Thank you so much, everyone. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we
we need to
can
sort
now.
something out. Thank you so much, every single person, from the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Grace, to the general evaluator, to all the role players, to people that were behind the scene, every single person that played a part, to table topic speakers, to the manual speech givers, every single person that participated in the meeting, even to our attendees that didn't even say a word. The fact that you came into this meeting, you deserve my most sincere thanks and appreciation. It's been epiphanic, it's been great, and I look forward to doing this again during our next meeting, which would be on Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Make it a date with us. Toastmaster Olem, confirm if this is going to be a hybrid or a virtual meeting still.
It's a virtual meeting. The virtual meeting is the first.
All right. We're going to get all the details out to you in our usual fashion. You know, we don't dull when it comes to publicity and letting you know what's up. You'll definitely get more details of the meeting. By way of announcement, also, the international speech. Yes, Dr. Folu, no darling. International speech and table topics contest is slated to hold sometime in February as well. The dates will be communicated. We are still calling for participants.
Am I not sharing?
Trust me, I can't see your screen.
Okay, it's
Yes,
February
you're
22nd.
Okay,
We're
okay. I
sharing,
think
we can see.
it's a lag on my end then. Apologies. Saturday, February 22nd. Absolutely correct. Yes. Just wanted to confirm that was the same. Yes. We want participants. We want volunteers. Now, when you say contest, everyone is feeling it's going to be so dreary and scary. No. I personally take it as an opportunity to just learn and do something different. It's club contest. I mean, how hard can it be? You just might go further to the area and division. Fear not, but see it as something simple. You're starting from the bottom and making your way to the top. It's fun to come on here every time and give a table topics page or manual speech. It's very interesting when you can transcend into something more exciting and just keep growing, right? So please reach out to Toastmaster Olem when you finally decide to be a participant. Dues payment is also on for the second semester. The payment window is from February 1st to March 31st, but we know that salary week is coming. And let me give you a hack. Come closer. Do not wait for February 1st. Once the money lands, send it in. Before you know it, you're using it on other things, and then it becomes a chore to pay. So do not wait for February 1st. If you have some monies before then, please make sure to pay. All of the details are there for our members. You're on the group chat, so you see all of the details. Our treasurer posted up from time to time. Thank you again, all our guests. We love having you. Thank you to the people that came from other clubs as well as the Grace. Your skin is always the highlight of my day. Thank
all the way
you.
from Kaduna.
All the way from Kaduna.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Esther, all the way from Bauchi. We see you both. The GE, every single person. I see Dr. Folu, Toastmaster Dr. Folu with her pretty smile. I wish she could turn on her camera, but I see her pretty picture as well. Thank you all so much. And see you February 4th. Right now, the recording can stop. Just socialize, say hello to someone, share kisses, share love, say something you've enjoyed. We're officially over.
There's a tongue twister up. Aha.
There is. Okay. This my network is doing the very most.